My uncle asked me about what Solomon meant when he said that all was vanity, and I couldn't answer my uncle. So I went on a 3-day fast, begging God to give me understanding. And on the 3rd day of that fast, I remember after saying my prayers, I was hurled down on my bed, and as I looked up from my bed, it was as though I could see into the heavens stars that were out there for millions of years. And as I looked at the stars and looked back at myself, I realized what vanity was. It is when men think more of themselves than they should. I could in no way equal the star in terms of longevity. That star was up there looking down on generations like me that had come and gone. But the star was there. And I could visualize the planets and their massive density and the massive distances between planets. And I looked at myself as though I were a speck of dust, only here for a moment in time and then gone for an eternity. And as I laid on that bed weeping, I understood how insignificant I was and how great God is. And when you understand how great God is, then you really understand how much of nothing we are. Then we can be lifted up by God, and the latter state will be better than the former state. But even if God brings you to the greatest of heights, your head will be bowed to the earth in humility, because you know that praise belongs to God alone. Am I making any sense?
Yes, sir.
Praise belongs to who?
God.
Then give him the glory.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you do something that's worthwhile, know that it is God in your life that makes you worthwhile. So give him the credit and think very little of yourself and think much of him.
Yes, sir.
When Jesus said, the first commandment is to love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. That's a very heavy commandment, which none of us live up to. If you love Allah, God, with all your heart, soul, and mind, then our total concern is what pleases him. We got too much in it of what pleases ourselves. True?
Yes, sir.
So when we do what pleases us, we run into what is called sin. If you do what pleases God, you know you'll be doing what's right. But when you do what pleases yourself, we run into what? Sin, because we rebel against God's will and we become self-willed. And that's why the world is in the condition that the world is in. The world pays lip service to God and does its own thing. Can you see that? Now, when you pay lip service to God and do your own thing, then he allows you to go into darkness. He allows a veil to come over you, and you begin to exalt yourself and puff yourself up like a balloon just getting full of air. getting carried away with you. And the God sits back and allows you to get so puffed up that all that is necessary is a little pin to bust your bubble, and you go away instantly. And the heavens remain, and the earth remains, and the stars remain, and the moon remain, and the ant remains, and the flea remains, but you are gone and forgotten because you didn't remember the first law. Praise belongs to God.